Thank you. Thank you, Angela. My name is Jason Adams. I am the chair of the membership committee, and we are very excited to announce a new program tonight, which is SIMDFW Engage Groups. And the primary purpose of this new program is really to maximize your SIMDFW experience through a focus on peer-to-peer networking in smaller groups, and knowledge sharing, as well as really being there to support each other through the common challenges that we all face. So Greg Carter is leading the charge in the membership committee for SIMDFW Engage. So what I'd like to do is hand it over to him and let Greg walk us through the key details.
All right, I'm going to try to stand over here, get away from that irritating noise. So thank you for this opportunity to share and talk about this exciting new group. Jason brought it to my attention, I guess, earlier this year that, hey, there was this opportunity. And from what I understand, there are upwards of 4 other chapters who have set up similar programs and are seeing huge success with it. So we were super excited to learn what these other chapters were doing and to model a program that we believe will work well for us. So I want to talk a little bit about the details of what are the logistics of how this will work. So a couple of key points. First, note that these groups, these engaged groups that we're calling them, are geographically based, right? So how many of you guys, don't raise your hand, have canceled an after-hours event after a long day when you realized that you had to drive across the metroplex? I see a couple of nods. I told you didn't have to raise your hand. You raised your hand. You didn't have to. Well, I have to, right? And so the point in the premise of these small groups is we want these groups to connect in your backyard, right? So you can take out that factor that sometimes it's tough. It's tough to get across the metroplex. It's tough to meet with others at all times. So that's the key thing. First key thing I want you to remember. Second, these groups are intended to be fun and informal. So in other words, once these groups are formed, it's up to the group to decide their meeting cadence, where they want to meet. They want to meet at Topgolf or...
Yes!
Yes.
That's why I wanted to accept that.
I knew that Topgolf. Anyway, so wherever they want to meet, it's up to the group, right? And again, the point of it is informal, fun, but another opportunity to connect, and as Jason mentioned, hopefully to enhance the value that you're receiving from your SIM membership. Now, the other last point I wanted to mention as far as these groups are concerned is that they're led by engagement leaders. So we need engagement leaders. And so these engagement leaders will be responsible for organizing these meetings, right? And so in addition to meeting, finding the locations and just staying in general contact with these small groups, we also would ask that these engagement leaders welcome in new members. So as new members join SIM, we'll provide a list to these engagement leaders so they can reach out and invite them to these small groups. So it's not a ton of responsibility for the engagement leads, really. It's just set up the time, set up the location, and have fun is really. And if the groups want to explore a topic, they can do that. If they just want to meet socially and have a drink, they can do that as well. So call to action for tonight. We need engagement leads. We have already identified some groups to start with, and the only thing we're missing right now are leads for those groups. Now, this program can't go without leads. It's engagement-led driven. So we need engagement leads. And again, if you have any questions about the role and responsibility, please talk to Jason and I. There is a playbook that will walk you through all the do's and don'ts, but trust me, this is lightweight. Again, it's intended to be fun and informal. We're not trying to put a lot of work on engagement leads. Second, each engagement lead will be provided a formal playbook. So that's the call to action tonight. So if you're interested, please talk to Jason or myself and let us know. We are ready to start as soon as we identify engagement leads. So Jason, I think we had a minute for Q&A. Did you want to still do that? Does anybody have any questions on? Yes?
You have identified areas that you're looking for engagement leads?
Yeah.
North Dallas, South Dallas,
Yeah, great question. So yes, we have identified some groups to start with, but we can add more. So North Dallas, and then we identified the mid-cities, and then we identified Dallas as well. We were just looking at the membership roll and addresses and zip codes and just kind of marrying them all up, and we saw some natural congregation in those areas. But if you live in Denton, for example, you can at any time join the nearest group to you. But as membership grows, or we identify more members in that area, we certainly can expand and add groups. Great question. Any other questions before we turn over to the next